The first verse of Ecclesiastes 3 says, "For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven." And I've started trying to take that approach as a pastor. It's easy for us to start a new ministry, to make a schedule change, whatever it might be in our church, and just embrace that. Maybe we really enjoy that and we think, man, this is great. And so when it comes time to change it, we don't want to change it. But the realization is there's a time and a season for everything. And maybe, though something is still good, the time for that, the season for God's using that to its greatest potential has run out and there is a new thing. That's great for me. That's easy for me to teach that as a church, as a pastor to a church. It's not so easy for me to live. And I am being challenged with, will I live that in my life with something that I hold dear? Let's talk about it today. Hey everybody, welcome to Thinking Out Loud with PJ. It is my goal on this channel to help you think different, but not just different. Really, I want to help you think biblically. And everything that I do here, all the videos that I make, help us do that. And today really is no different. I want to help you think a little bit different, but especially biblically, about the things in your life, the ministries especially, the things that you hold dear in your life, and realize that sometimes those are just there for a season. And when we realize that, it makes it easier for us to give them up. But when it's me actually having to give them up, it's not so easy. Let's start back at the beginning, and let me kind of explain to you what I'm talking about here. So almost 2 years ago now, we are about 2 or 3 months shy of 2 years ago, I started a ministry right here on YouTube, started making videos pretty much weekly. I'm up to about 150. This is actually my 151st video right now. So I have really leaned into this ministry. I have enjoyed this ministry. It has become a legitimate ministry, but not just that, it's a hobby. It's something that I enjoy. And when I began to get into it, I realized that it wasn't just about making videos and putting them on YouTube and just hoping that they worked. I realized there was a science behind it, algorithms to follow, all of those things. And I began to really dig into it. I began to learn. I began to improve. I began to get comfortable talking to you in the camera. There was a lot of work that I've put into it. And if you go back to my first video, you would notice right away and say, wow, a lot has changed. And I hope so. I hope that you see that. I hope that you have enjoyed that. But as a result of that, I have taken a little bit of a personal attachment to my YouTube channel. As with anything that we pour into, any hobby that we have, any ministry that we have, we tend to pour into those. We love those things. We should have a desire for them. If I didn't love doing YouTube, if I didn't have a passion to see this ministry grow, I wouldn't be any good at it. I would just be sitting here mumbling around, just getting it done. And any ministry that we have is like that. So we're going to come to a place where we just really love that. But it could be that ministry is only for a season. Only for a time. Proverbs 16:9 tells us, the heart of man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps. 2 years ago, when I started this channel, I had things planned out for several years down the road. I got into this with the intent that I would not be quitting YouTube. I would be sticking with it. So the question now is, what I'm being faced with in some ways now, almost 2 years in, is what am I going to do with YouTube? See, as I have done this ministry, God has now begun to open up other doors, or at least I should say this, God seems to be opening up other doors. Enough so that I am now praying about and saying, Lord, if you want to open those doors, then what will my YouTube ministry look like? Now, let me say this. I'm not going away. Number one, I'm not going away. So don't worry about that. I know I have some new subscribers on here, and if you just subscribe, don't think, oh, no, PJ's leaving. I'm not going away. But I'm being challenged to hold my YouTube channel loosely. I'm being challenged to say the time and the effort I've put into it to grow it, to learn it. What was that for? Maybe that was not so much to grow this YouTube channel as it was to prepare me for the next thing that God has. You see, all the hours that I've spent talking into this microphone and learning how to get better sound and how to get better video and talking to you, getting comfortable, looking into this lens, realizing that you're sitting out there on the other side of it. All of those things, as I look back now, if God opens these doors, they have prepared me to be able to step into this new opportunity. Now, again, I am not leaving YouTube. I don't have a desire to leave YouTube. But what might happen is that the YouTube channel might look different than I planned that it would. You see, I had a plan, and I thought God was going to do things a certain way. And maybe, just maybe, God is not going to do that. Because ultimately, my heart behind this, my heart behind all of this is to do exactly what I told you when this video started. My heart behind all of this is to help people think biblically. Therefore, they're thinking different, and they are navigating this world as Christians should. That is my goal. And if God sees fit to open up a different door that allows me to do that to a greater extent, then I need to be willing to say, Lord, this ministry is not mine. This ministry is yours. You've given it to me for a season. And if this new thing is a greater opportunity for me, then I'm going to step through that door and I'm going to do that. And it may mean that this thing that I've poured my heart into might look a little bit different. It may mean that this thing that I've had these visions and these dreams for might not happen the way that I thought that it would. But you know what? That's okay. Because I am not my own. I was bought with a price, and all that I do in my life is through Christ. I am his servant. Paul literally says slave. He is my master, and my goal is to bring him glory and to make disciples. And if he wants to open up other doors to give me other opportunities to do that on a greater level, then I will. It might be a while before you guys see anything change here. I'm just sharing with you some things that I have been struggling through, yet excited about at the same time. And I share that with you so that when you think about whatever might be going on in your life, maybe it's a ministry, maybe it's a job, maybe it is, maybe you've had to move and you miss home, you miss where you were. Whatever it might be, remember, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Could it be that my season, my time for doing YouTube the way I planned is coming to an end? I don't know. But I have come to the place where if it is, I am willing to say, Lord, it's your thing. You do with it whatever brings you the most glory. And we need to do that wherever we are. If it's maybe a ministry that you've poured into, maybe your church has decided, you know what, that ministry is not something that we want to continue in. Then we realize the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. For everything, there's a season. And maybe that season is coming to an end. You can look back on that ministry fondly. You can rejoice in what God did for that. And then say, okay, Lord, if that season is coming to an end, what's next? I don't know about you, but I love living in Michigan. I have a friend in California. I just sent him a picture because as I am recording this video here in Michigan, there is snow and the wind is blowing. It's 27 degrees. And I'm sure there's some of you watching going, well, that's warm, PJ. What are you complaining about? But my buddy sent me a screenshot. It's 50 degrees where he lives in California. I spent a few months living in Florida. I did not enjoy living in Florida. I like to visit Florida. Here's why. I love seasons. As much as I love summer and I love the warm weather, there comes a point where I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for a change. And it starts to cool down. I get to put a hoodie on. The colors start to change. Our world here in Michigan becomes beautiful. And we embrace the fall. We love the fall. And quickly following fall then is another season. It's called winter. And as winter comes, it's Christmas time. The kids get excited about the first snow. And by about spring, we're sick of the snow. We're sick of the cold. And we're ready for what? We're ready for that summertime again. What is my point? My point is, just as we enjoy the change of season in life because it brings something exciting and new, yet at the same time as fall is setting in, my heart hurts a little bit because I'm thinking of all the good summer memories and realizing another summer is gone. Really, that's the way we should allow God to work and change through ministry, through our lives, realizing everything is seasons. And when God begins to bring a new season and close out a season that maybe we enjoyed a lot, that's okay. Because that next season, good things are coming. We're going to be excited about those things. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you allowing me just to share my heart a little bit today, and I trust that you will come back in the next video and just allow me once again to think out loud. And through that, hopefully, you will begin to think different, and most importantly, you will begin to think biblically. I want to encourage you as well to subscribe to my channel. That would be hugely encouraging to me. And then make sure you click the bell so that you will get notified every time I upload a video. I've taken a little bit of break here over the holidays, but I am back. And almost every week there is a new video, as well as, if you prefer a podcast, you can find this on your favorite podcast, as well as Facebook as well. Over the holidays, I started a brand new Facebook page called Thinking Out Loud with PJ, with regular content on there as well. So go check that out. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on your favorite podcast, and subscribe to me on YouTube. All those things would really encourage me. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.